Hey guys, Charles again. We're back with some more lessons from the vault, from the Worship Guitar Skills Academy, and this time we pulled some of the melodic math videos. Now, melodic math is just a concept that I've came up with to show you how you can use a systematic pattern-based approach using chord tones and non-chord tones to come up with some really great sounding melodies. You can also use that for coming up with your own guitar parts. And you guys will see when you watch the video, these parts fit the chords perfectly because they go hand in hand, unlike the mistake that a lot of people make, which is just to mindlessly kind of play a scale over chords and not paying attention to how the individual notes fit with the chord progression. So hope you enjoy these 4 or 5 examples that we pulled from the Worship Guitar Skills Academy Vault, and I hope you get a ton out of the concept that we are teaching there around melodic math so that you can play more melodically on your guitar and really learn how to come up with cool melodies, hooks, and guitar riffs. All right, guys, enjoy. Alright, so this example uses another one of my favorite concepts on a guitar, which will be open triad. So if I just play the open triad of this progression, it'll be C major, G major, A minor, F. Now my recipe in this instance, I'd play a C, which is a stable tone, then I play the D, which is the second, but it's an active tone. And I'll slide it up to the third. Actually, I missed out this fifth. I went. So instead of just playing, which will be the actual open triad, I'm adding in this D over here. And then instead of just playing for G, the D note is my highest note, so I'm going to go up from the C to the D. And instead of just playing this for the A minor, I'm gonna go, and the same for F. You can come up with so many examples around that. And just to show you again, you don't always have to keep it as simple. Of course, we are evolving these examples as they go. And what's really cool about this approach is more of an intervallic approach, which means we're not really playing kind of step-based stuff. Instead, we have got these jumps. So it's like there's all these jumps within the line that creates a lot of melodic interest, which is another one of my favorite things to do, just because it kind of catches the ear, but it still adheres to and respects the harmony. All right, hopefully that's helpful. Go and take this approach and play it to some other progressions and see what you can come up with. All right, so this next one is a fun one. Just kind of came to me as we were doing the recording session, coming up with some of these examples. And what I've got here is a bit more rhythmically, it's a bit more intense. Let me play the example for you, and then afterwards I'll break it down. Alright, so what's going on here? Well, let's check it out. For the C chord, I played the C note. I pulled off to the B note, which is the 7th. And then I played the G and the E, which are both the 5 and the 3. Again, stable tones. Okay, that was a fun little line that came to me, and I thought, okay, cool, how can I keep that idea going? So of course, that's over D. So now I started on the third this time, pull off to the second, which is A, which is the active tone. And then I had a G to E. But of course, E is an active tone over G, which then hammered back onto the G. And then I ended it on the D, which is a stable tone. And then for the A minor, I did the same thing that I did over C. And then I had 3 bars that were quite busy. And then for F, I just went 7, 1, 5. Those are degrees. 7, 1, 5. And the frets would be 4. The frets would be 5, 6, 8. All right, so now let me play all 4 of those things together for you. Again, it's melodic math at its finest here, because I've taken an idea, mostly consisting of stable tones, using one active tone, but then the rhythmic interest that I'm using there is giving it a lot of momentum and energy, so to speak. I use the same contour of that line that I played over C over the G chord. For A minor, I went back to what I already used over C, so it's some familiarity there. 3 bars that are the same, and then the 4th bar just kind of put a bow on that idea, which is like before I start playing that again. All right, that's a fun one. Go and see what else you can come up with on your own using stable tones and active tones. So let's break this one down. I played E, which is the stable tone, going to A, which is active, resolving to the 5th degree, which is G. So I started a note and then I went higher. But for G, I started on the stable tone and then I went lower. And then I kept that same idea going, C, D, E for A. And then I did, let's see what I did there, D, E, F. And check what's happening here. It's like where that note ended, or my line ended, which was on the F here, over the F chord, I was just able to go right back to the E that I started on when I played that particular example. And also pay attention to the contrast when I started low and then went high, which I then went low. And I kept ascending. Alright, so a couple of ideas that you can use to build melodic solos, fills, or just some textures, making use of stable tones and active tones. Alright, so what's cool about this one is I'm using a repeating pattern here. So it's E, D to E, then I'll rest on the C, and then again D to E, rest on the B for the G chord, and then D to E, resting on the A for the A chord, for A minor, and then that same idea, D, E, and then I'm going to the F. Nice and easy. Nothing really to say about that, just that it sounds cool, it respects the harmony, and it's fun to play. So hopefully you enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so it's kind of the same as the previous example where I had D, E as kind of my motif or the thing I played over and over, but instead of going down to C, I went up to C, then up to B, up to A, and then for the F. Alright, as you can see, super simple, nothing amazingly required from a technique point of view. You just need to have kind of an understanding of what you're doing with your chord tones, your stable tones, your active tones, and how to use that in a melodic fashion. Alright, so there we go. Melody is one of the elements in our worship guitar skills formula, and as you can see, when you have an approach like I've shown you today, we kind of take the mystery out of how to compose melodies, right? So that you are then equipped and empowered to take the knowledge that you've got and come up with your own guitar parts. If you'd like to find out what the other elements are within the worship guitar skills formula, or just looking for more of our premium content where we can take time and go through a specific curriculum of worship guitar skills focused lessons, just check the link in the description. There will be ways for you to get in touch, find out more about the Worship Guitar Skills Academy, or even take our Worship Guitar Growth Killer quiz. Alright guys, lots of fun stuff in the description box there, and make sure you hang out on the channel because we've got a ton of videos here. Go and check out all the videos on the videos tab and get yourself some skills and equip yourself in your playing so that you're more empowered to play worship guitar and to really raise the level of worship in your congregation so that people can have powerful encounters with God in moments of praise and worship, and we know that that is when lives get changed for eternity. All right guys, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.